What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Let's Play with me, Nick Vendetta. Today we're going to be doing a very special episode of Let's Play, which we're going to call Let's Play With. So strap in, buckle up, and in the words of Samuel L. Jackson in Jurassic Park, hold on to your butts. So I recently got my hands on this super-powered Linux distro, and let me tell you, sir, AV Linux is as clean, fast, and sexy as you've heard. Or maybe not heard, which is probably why you're here watching this video. Let's start with a little history. AV Linux is the brainchild of Glenn MacArthur. In 2007, he got sick and tired of waiting for updates for the two biggest audio-video focused Linux distros, 64 Studio and JackLab, and decided he would put together his own distro. And lo, AV Linux came screaming from the void into existence. Originally built on Ubuntu, by version 2 he had moved to Debian. The big focus of AV Linux is definitely its packaged applications, which we'll get into in just a bit. But first, let's take a look at AV Linux customized XFCE desktop. We'll start by just taking a look at the desktop here. This is the stock desktop background that they give you. It's a nice kind of burnt orange color here. Alright, down here in the bottom right we've got our taskbar. So very bottom right, power button, log out, restart, shutdown, suspend, pretty standard options. This is pretty cool. You can save your live session, continue it later. Network information down here, VPN connections, blah blah blah. This is a little HP biz. I guess it's included with AV Linux. I actually haven't looked into it at all. Clock, of course. Yep. Super duper. Yeah. Here we have volume with a nice little slider. Yeah, we can move it up and down. That's nice. And then this is cool for the desktop. We have a CPU calculator, which basically shows you how much processing power AV Linux is chugging through. If you click it 3 times, you can see the task manager 3 times. But the goal would be to actually only click it 1 time and then, and then look at it. So that's that. So this is really cool about Linux, and Linux has been doing this for a long time, but we've got these different desktop setups, which we'll look into a little bit later, but right now some of the other built-in things, we've got the term, we've got the web browsers, file manager, settings manager. So we'll go ahead and open up the terminal and we'll look at Windows first. So yeah, it's a nice sexy terminal. So up here we've got a couple of pretty standard for Windows user stuff up here. Minimize and bring the whole thing up kind of thing. That's our nice menu that has all of this information on it. Some cool things, you can set the window to always below other windows or always on top of other windows. And then we'll do this and that'll bring it up to a little thing. We can minimize it just like Windows. We can maximize it just like Microsoft Windows. And of course, we can X that biz out as well. Come on. We can X it out as well. Super duper. Take a quick look at the file manager too while we're at it. I really like all of these things. I mean, this is pretty standard to Linux, and you can see if we go into our file system, we're going to see a lot of the folders that we see in every other Linux distro. I really like this overall because being comfortable with Microsoft Windows, it's really easy to euthanize Windows users with the sweet yet subtly powerful release of the Linux operating system. Now take a look at this menu. This is actually something I really like about AV Linux. This menu keeps it as simple as possible and was built with the express purpose of helping you find and access your applications quickly and efficiently. No subcategories here. No filling up your desktop with subcategory after subcategory just so you can open Slowbro and check on your Neopets. Need the internet? Go to the internet. Need some audio stuffs? Boom. Think about that, dear viewers. Think of all the wonderful time you'll save when searching for your applications. Wait, finding your applications in a timely manner isn't a selling point for you? That's cool, bro. Do you even app? Alright, pretty soon here we're going to get to the meat. The most wonderfully delicious part of any Linux distro sandwich. The pre-packaged applications. Have I mentioned that AV stands for adult video? Oh, I apologize, dear viewers. My producer just passed me a note that says audio, not adult, in big red letters. So AV stands for audio video, which makes some sense, since this puppy is packed to the freaking gills with the best of the best audio and video production software. We're not going to go through all of them because there are so many. But we're going to open a few here and just kind of take a look. This is a video editor. I used that to actually make this video and put it together. I opened Blender over there. Blender is a it's a 3D modeling program that you can also use to set up scenes, and I believe in the later versions now you can actually record video, or I'm sorry, render out a 3D video as a movie. The Easy Tag is really cool too. With Easy Tag, you can put all your necessary tags on your audio files before you put them up on the web, or put them in a CD and sell them, or so on and so forth. I did open Mixit. Right now I'm kind of just playing with the desktop and kind of combining and moving them around and showing how easy it is to keep that full screen. When you need the full screen to do something, you can easily have all of those things and quickly switch between them without having to minimize them and open them and blah blah. We're going to close some of these out. I am going to go over to Mix. We're just going to play with the knobs and buttons because it's awesome. And I know nothing about audio, as is probably quite obvious from watching this video. So overall, I have to say, AV Linux is an install for me. I installed it on my system. I have it now. I'm going to use it. If you do any audio or video work and you're not set in your particular programs, or you are comfortable using Linux, please, you need to give AV Linux a try. It's awesome. If you're trying to run a server and with with only terminal, run Ubuntu 14.4 or something like that. Or stick to Windows if you're that lame. Overall, AV Linux is awesome, and I can't suggest it enough.